Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of The Girls Lounge with your hosts, Liz and KT, and this is episode 32. Crazy! But in honor of it being December and me and Kennedy are getting into that Christmas spirit, this is the ultimate Christmas episode for you guys.
Yes, it's December, so we're in full Christmas mode, listening to Christmas music. You know the vibes. Me and Liz, we are big Christmas girlies, so of course we had to give y'all a Christmas episode.
Because it is the most wonderful time of the year. It truly is.
Period. So, like always, we're going to get into what we've been up to since the last time we talked to you guys. So, oh Lord, I feel like last week was like years ago. I swear, finals week time just, I don't even know, flies by, goes slow. I don't know. But we have Friendsgiving, which is very much needed. Honestly, I did not think it was going to make it out the group chat, but it did. And I'm very happy it did. We laughed so much. I really needed that. We ate some good food. And yeah, and then I had Thanksgiving, which I had a really good Thanksgiving this year. We had so many people at my granny's house. That's where we have Thanksgiving, is at my granny's house, which is my mom's mother. And usually, like my whole 21 years of life, I always have a seat upstairs. But so many people showed up this year for some reason that I had to eat downstairs. And even then, there's like limited seating, but that's always good because, everyone got some good food. We played some games. So it was a really good time. And then the day that we're recording this is Monday the 2nd, and I had a final this morning. It honestly went pretty well. It wasn't a final that I was terribly worried about, but it was for my market research class, and we got to have a little note card, which definitely helped me a lot. And I did study a little bit, not much though. And yeah, I'm just ready for this week to be over.
That part, Kennedy. So like Kennedy, last week we had our little Friendsgiving. I actually didn't even think I was gonna be able to go home because I was on duty like Thanksgiving Day because I'm an RA for this, if you guys who don't know. But I was able to go home the day before Thanksgiving, like I think like 2 days before I went home because I had some doctor's appointments, and we had Friendsgiving at my house, and it was such good vibes. Like the food, when I tell you guys, I hadn't had like a really good home cooked meal in so long, and it was so good. Kennedy made a charcuterie board. Yep. And I made Teeny's mac and cheese, and I feel like it turned out pretty good. So we had a really good vibe. Just like I think it was like our first time hanging out, like our friends and us, in a minute. So it was very much healing and very much needed. But like Kennedy said, that literally felt like it was 2 weeks ago. No, it was only a couple of days ago, not even a week ago. And unlike Kennedy, I am not in my finals week, but I am in my last week of classes. And dare I say, this feels worse than finals week because I still have classes. I have hella assignments. I literally woke up and I looked at my like Canvas to-do list. And why did I have to scroll to get to the bottom? Like I'm crashing out and tweaking out right now, but um it's okay. I'm gonna get through it. And then I have next week a final Monday at 8 a.m. So yay for me.
No, because I feel that so much. Like that was literally me last week, but it was worse because last week was Thanksgiving break. Like I don't know why my university decided to do that. So that was just me tweaking, close to crashing out. And yeah, I feel like once you get to finals, it's like a lot chiller because everything's turned in. All you have to worry about is studying and turning in anything that's like left.
And just the fact that you don't have classes, like you don't have to be going to class, it's literally just your final that you go to. It's just like so like don't get me wrong, there is still stress, but it's just so much like you can breathe. I feel like right now I can't. And I want the college universities to all get on the page of we should have finals before Thanksgiving break. I would rather go to school 2 weeks earlier and get all of December off.
I agree. My mom said that as well because I'm like crazy how I have Thanksgiving break, and for me since my finals is right after, I literally have to come back in a couple of days. So I'm like that's like annoying for like people who live out of state. And like luckily I only live like 2.5 hours away. So it's not that bad, but it's still a drive. So I can't even imagine if I lived out of state.
Yeah, no, prayers for the people who are like flying.
And now we're going to get into our favorites of the week. Mine's going to be caffeine. I literally have never drunk so much caffeine within a week than I did to get me through Thanksgiving break. One day I literally had 2 coffees in a day, which I never do. I literally had caffeine days in a row. I'm trying to like detox and like get my body off of that because I'm really not supposed to be having caffeine for real. But it just tastes so good, y'all. Like I just had the best matchas and sugar cookie latte drinks from Starbucks and it was good. And then my Alanis were hitting as well. I tried the Alani Winter Wonderland. It was all right. But I had my cherry slush, my witch's brew, so we were Gucci off that. But yeah, caffeine, we were like this.
No, because I'd be forgetting that matcha like even has caffeine technically. I don't really feel the effects of it, I feel like. So, anyways, my favorites of the week, and I'm gonna talk about this a little later in episode 2, but the Wicked soundtrack, when I tell you guys, that has been going on my phone nonstop. It is the only thing I have been listening to since I saw the Wicked movie. If you go through like my little like listen history, it's literally you just scroll and it's just wicked, 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 wicked. The soundtrack is so good. Normally in the mornings I'll like put on like a little news podcast as I like get ready. No, I've just been listening to the Wicked soundtrack. So that's the only thing that's gotten me through the week.
I actually did see Wicked, and I can definitely see why people are loving the soundtrack, but we'll get into that later. And then me and Liz are working on, making you guys, the listeners, more involved with our episodes. So on our Instagram, which you should definitely follow, it's always going to be linked down below in our link tree. And so I asked you guys your inputs, and so we have one for someone giving us their favorites of the week, and they said fuzzy socks and claws. And I have to say that is a good favorite because this temperature has literally just dropped so cold, like it's inhumane. Like I had to walk to class today in like what 20-30 degree weather. My face was literally frozen.
Yeah, no. And where I go to school, it's kind of like on a mountainous area. Y'all, the wind is no joke. My ears froze.
Yeah, I'll be lathering up my Vaseline now. So now we're gonna get into the sports corner. Whoop, whoop. Y'all know this is my favorite segment. This was a sad weekend because it's second to last race of the season. I don't know what I'm gonna do when the season ends, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. But this weekend was the Qatar GP, which if you didn't know, it's in the Middle East. I didn't know, but now I know. I love getting educated. So it was a sprint weekend, and the sprint, I was happy with it. It ended with a McLaren 1-2, which if you didn't know, now you know, that's like my team. That and Ferrari. And Lando ended up swapping places with Oscar at the end as a thank you because Oscar did the same for him in Brazil. So I thought that was very sweet. I always love seeing Oscar on top. It's crazy because he has done so well and people forget that like it's only his second year in F1. So for him to be in the position that he is really good. Volley, I honestly don't have much to say from it. It ended with Max first, George second, and Lando third, but Max ended up getting a one place grid penalty. So him and George were switched, which I'll kind of get into that later because there was some drama that came from that after the race. And then the race itself was chaotic to say the least. I literally texted Liz that it was insane and that, I might want to jump off a bridge because it was that intense and I was so mad. But of course, lap one craziness. Franco and Ocon, they literally crashed in the beginning. They didn't even make it to turn one. And I was like, really? Why? I was so sad, especially because I love Franco, like, and I feel like he just had some rough races, and them poor William engineers, like, and mechanics, they have really just been working overtime. And then Stroll and Albon made contact, which made Stroll retire. I was really hoping Albon didn't have to retire, which thankfully he didn't. Because if Williams had to have two cars out, I know they would have crashed out like I would have. And Williams isn't even my team, but every time I see something happen with the Williams, I'm just like, Jesus, can they ever catch a break? And then I thought Lando and Oscar were going to get, on the podium, both of them together at the beginning. I felt like the McLarens were very strong, but this race was interesting to say the least. So there were so many safety cars, virtual safety cars, and yellow flags because of all the crashes. And then Albon's mirror fell off, and the FIA for some reason they like let the mirror just stay on track for a couple of laps before figuring out like are they gonna do a safety car, yellow flags, yada yada yada. And eventually someone did run it over, and so glass and everything went everywhere. So eventually they did have a safety car, And I'm pretty sure because of the mirror incident, it caused a yellow flag, but specifically a double yellow flag, which I can't remember at this moment the difference between a regular yellow flag and a double yellow flag, but I think that means probably like go extra, extra slow. And so during this yellow flag is when Lando got a 10-second stop and go penalty, which was so harsh because he got this towards the end of the race, so he like couldn't catch up. I think like other people got penalties and stuff, but it's like there's so many like safety cars and stuff, so it's like it didn't really affect them. But for Lando, it happened at the end of the race, so he went from second to 10th, or no, second to last, and that really hurt my soul. That's when I texted Liz and I was like, I'm really gonna drop off a bridge because what is this race? But thankfully, Oscar was still up there, and I was mad because Max was a snitch. Because mind you, he's first place, and he's the one that like brought it to whoever's intention. They're like, I don't think Lando, stepped off the gas or let off the gas during that yellow flag, which I'm like, fair, he didn't. So like he should have got a penalty, but a 10-second stop and go was just very extreme in my opinion. And I was very much sick and I was in bad spirits after that. But at the end of the race, Max won, Charles got P2, and Oscar P3. So as long as the Ferrari and McLaren are up there, I'm still pretty happy with that. And Zoe won Driver of the Day, which was really good. Because if we don't know, he drives for Sauber, and let's just say Sauber has had a rough year. And it sucks because he's a good driver, but he hasn't been able to show his talent. But I always like to see an underdog get some type of win at the end of the day. And then post race, there was some drama because Max decided to, get things off his chest and called George Two Face. And remember when I said I was going to talk about Max's penalty? So basically, Max was upset because George was like really in the stewards room, like really, kind of championing for Max to get a penalty. I forgot what George said Max did, but he was not happy with it, obviously. But I'm like, that's kind of like hypocritical because Max said something about Lando, so why is he mad at George? But yeah, he was calling George Two Face essentially. He was like, yeah, George has like this nice guy persona, but I've never seen someone try to like basically screw someone over so bad. And I was like, oh, what's the tea? Yeah, that's all I have to say. This race was chaotic. I cannot wait for Abu Dhabi. I wish I was there. And yeah.
No, because I think that that will be the one race that I actually like have to like tune in for because it's like the last race, and from what I've seen, like all the like the points and everything, the like I don't know the actual numbers, but they're like pretty close, like this race really could go either way for some teams, Ferrari being one of them. So I'm really excited and I might have to like attempt to tune in for this race if I'm not like crashing out.
Yeah, so for Abu Dhabi, for the team's constructors and for the P2 spot and the driver's constructor, it will come down to Abu Dhabi to see who wins. And it is between McLaren and Ferrari. Honestly, I love both teams so much. I'm like, but I'm feeling like I want McLaren to win this year, and then Ferrari, have your time next year when it's Lewis and Charles. But yeah, so McLaren and Ferrari are battling out in the teams champion, and then there's 8 points between Lando and Charles. So I think we should see some good racing in Abu Dhabi, and I'm jealous of anyone who's there. There's actually a F1 TikTok creator who is actually in Abu Dhabi like right now because she's going to the race. I'm going to be tuning in to everything she posts because I wish I could be there to witness it.
And we're going to go ahead and get into the pop culture and trendy topics. We don't have a lot to say today other than Miss Lana Del Rey announced a new album is coming in May, right? May or March?
I saw May.
May. In May, and it is called The Right Person Will Stay.
I'm super excited. I recently became a Lana girl this year, so I will be sat and tuned in.
I wonder, I know it's been like rumored that she's like entering her like country era. So I wonder if she's going to have some more like country esque music or songs on there. But I will be sad either way.
Honestly, I would be down for a country album from Lana. And so, like, listen, we don't have much to say today. So, on our Instagram story, I asked you guys some of your hot culture takes, and we have some. So, I'm going to read them off and then you'll get our reaction. So, the first one is some fanfics should stay fanfics and not be turned into movies. And yeah.
Yeah, what Kennedy said. I agree with this listener. Yeah, some shouldn't have made it into the big screens.
See, my thing is like these bad like Wattpad type movies are like my guilty pleasure. Like I'm gonna hate on them, but like I'm gonna hate watch it and like enjoy it. Like I'm gonna be like, this is so stupid, but then watch it. Like trust, I am gonna be watching that Noah Beck movie that just came out on Tubi. It came from Wattpad. I don't think it was a fanfic, but I will be watching it.
No, because at this, it's like a little guilty pleasure, you know? Although, I feel like my thing, once they keep on getting renewed and renewed and renewed for another movie, I'm like, let's put that money towards towards this other show or something.
Facts, like the after movies, we did not need a movie for every
The
book.
way there's another one coming out, I'm pretty sure.
Let's retire that series, please. And then my next one says Adam Devine should have been what Glenn Powell is, which I feel like I don't have a fight in this game because I don't really watch much of Glenn Powell and Adam Devine, but I remember Adam Devine. I remember his role in Modern Family. But yeah, I feel like I can't compare those two, to be honest.
The way I'm over here looking up what Adam Devine looks like, just to refresh my memory. Wait, what was the hot take?
That Adam Devine should have been what Glenn Powell is.
I don't have an opinion.
I'm weak at your
I feel like
face.
they're different vibes. Like Adam's more like comedy, ha ha ha, and then Glenn Powell isn't, you know?
I agree. And then our next one is Marcelo Hernandez is the next Pete Davidson, which I could see. He's really been popping off recently.
I also agree, and if anything, I feel like he's gonna like top Pete Davidson in certain aspects, you know? I feel like Pete Davidson was like comedy and like some people thought he was attractive, others didn't, you know? I'm on the didn't side. But Marcelo, I feel like he got like the attractiveness going for him. So I feel like that will contribute. Not saying that like, you know, the attractiveness is the only thing he got going for him, but like I feel like he's just really gaining some traction with younger people.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, my introduction to them was different. Like Pete Davidson, I was like, oh yeah, he dates Ariana Grande. But Marcelo, like I knew him first off of SNL, and I was like, oh, like he's funny. Then I was like, wait, he's kind of cute. Like, so yeah, so I feel like because of that, he's just gonna stay in my mind more, and I just love seeing his growth.
Yeah, like Pete Davidson, I feel like you only knew him if you watched SNL, and then like you really knew him when he dated Ariana. But like you said, Marcelo, like he been kind of like known to the niche little audience. So I agree with the hot take.
Our next one is the resurgence of 2013 to 16 culture has been my fave trend of past 5 years. And I feel like I've really seen that on TikTok, especially with like the filters and stuff and certain sounds and the the resurgence of like cheetah print and stuff. And just kind of like I don't know, just like our fashion, like kind of similar to what we talked about in our fashion episode. I feel like a lot of these trends are from that time.
Yeah, and apparently skinny jeans are making a comeback. So we really are going back in that time.
No, because I was going to text you about that because Alex Earl posted a like getting ready type of video and she put on skinny jeans and people are like, oh my gosh, skinny jeans are back now. And I was like, I literally caught it. I said, people are going to be like, oh my God, skinny jeans, why did we stop wearing them? And look what happened.
Next thing you know, all the jean companies, they're gonna start coming out with new skinny jeans.
No, literally all the jean companies are like, oh my gosh, we got to get to the drawing board.
No, honestly, I hope they do. So then they can put like the mom jeans and like the dad jeans, like all the loose jeans, they can drop them down and put them on sale. Much appreciated.
What Liz said. And so our last take is that Snapchat is dead. And I kind of agree, but not. I definitely think it's not the same, but I still use it just for like friends though. Like I don't watch other people's stories. Like I even follow like influencer stuff and I don't even watch their stories. Like all that I'm like post on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on the same thing with Kennedy. Like, I'll use like Snapchat for like my private story. That's literally the only thing I post on there. And also my Snapchat memories. And just like when I want to take like random pictures, but I don't want to have them in my camera roll, that's when I use Snapchat. So I feel like it is dead, but it's not dead. I think it's just like changed the way that we use it. Although I did see the other day, I got these TikToks of like, delete Snapchat, like get this alternative where you can like put your basically save pictures like a memories, but it was like looking like all aesthetic and everything. And I'm like, the memories on my Snapchat are not aesthetic and like cute looking and everything. So,
Yeah, I don't look at my Snapchat memories because I might see some ops and it might scare me.
and that's very real.
And now we're gonna get into what we've been watching. I'll let Liz go first because she has less than me.
So as I mentioned earlier, over break I saw the Wicked movie, and you guys, I loved it. I love Wicked like the musical as is. That was the first show like I've seen on Broadway, and I love like the soundtrack, just like the whole storyline, the plot twist that be happening, like it's so creative, and I feel like the movie did such a good job of like following the actual like musical. Yes, obviously there were some things that they like made the scenes a little longer or whatever than you would have seen in the musical, but I think they did such a good job, especially like I feel like the last like musical to movie adaptation was Mean Girls, and we all saw how that went. Wasn't very good at all, wasn't giving musical. Uh Kennedy just I feel like it just wasn't giving musical, like the facial reactions and everything, but Wicked, they did their thing, and like especially Ariana, like the because like her singing I feel like is very different from like Glinda, but like did embody her really well. So I really liked the movie a lot. Patiently waiting for part 2 in 2025, basically 2026, but it is what it is. But I did see that. Although funny little story, I went with my mom to see it in my little hometown movie theater, right? And this literally happened to me last time, and it was me and my mom. So we walk into the movie and we're sitting there. We watch like all the little ads, and this is like hometown, so there's like some like commercials of like local stuff, and then they go into like the trailers, and but they also had like some Wicked stuff going on. So I'm like, okay, we're sitting there good like 20-30 minutes, because the movies, they love to like just throw in some random stuff, and then the movie starts and it's like Christmas something, and I'm like, what the heck are we watching? And then I was like, no, we did it again. We walked into the wrong theater, and I walk out there and the sign literally said Wicked, and I'm like, what is going on? So then I asked the worker, and she's like, oh, it's actually theater this. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Mind you, this has happened to me and my mom 2 times now. So we missed like the first 3 songs, but nevertheless, it was still a really good movie. And then the other thing I've been watching is Gossip Girl. It's finally back on Netflix, you guys. And when I was on campus Thanksgiving, I had no other way to celebrate other than watching the iconic Gossip Girl Thanksgiving episode. And that just turned into me watching all of season 3. So I've been watching some Gossip Girl.
Season 3 is the best season of Gossip Girl. Argue with your mother.
No, because facts. Nate and Serena. Yep. Mm-hmm. And Ugly Jenny Humphrey needs to stay in the Brooklyn little wherever she lives.
Facts. They low key did Serena and Nate dirty, but that's a conversation for
High
another
key,
day.
not even low key.
But like Liz, I also saw Wicked, but not that much. I saw more in the back of my eyelids. And it wasn't that the movie was boring. I like Wicked. I saw it on Broadway when I went to New York City. But y'all, it was some chairs. I was too comfortable. Like you cannot let me be too comfortable because I will fall asleep. I was all cozy. Y'all, it was like those nice recliner seats. It had some heating to it. I said, oh yeah, this is comfortable. And so, I dozed off a couple of times. So I definitely need to rewatch it again. But from what I saw, I really liked it. And yeah. So moving on. I watched Cinna. Netflix did just come out with a Cinna show, so I'm gonna watch that too. But I watched like the original, like OG documentary, like where you hear from Cinna. He's like an iconic F1 driver. People say he resembles, or no, people say Colapinto resembles him a little bit, which makes sense because Cinna is Brazilian and Colapinto is Argentina or what? He's from Argentina. And they're in the same continent, so it makes sense that there might be some similarities in terms of looks. But yeah, he's just a very iconic F1 driver from back in the day who tragically died, and they literally show him die. I was not expecting the documentary to be so like in your face, like very like raw, very real, very authentic. Yeah, he basically like he hit the wall and just because of like head injuries and stuff, he died. But yeah, it's very interesting because like I've always like wanted to know more about him because everyone loves him. And yeah, it's just good to know more about him. Very handsome man. I feel like Liz would think he's super cute if she saw his picture. And I just know if I was alive during that day, I would have loved me some Senna. His full name is R. Oh God, here I go. See, one thing about me is I'm gonna try to attempt names because I don't like when people act like names that aren't, typical white names are hard to pronounce. R. Ayrton Senna, I believe how it is. So I watched the documentary, and I will be sad for the show.
Just looked him up. Kennedy, you know me so well. And I'm telling you guys, the brown curly hair will do it every single time. Yeah, he was a very attractive man.
May he rest in peace. And he was a McLaren driver at one point. So something about the McLaren drivers. And then I also watched Twister, the one with Glen Powell and the Daisy Girl. It's a pretty good movie. And then I finished Rivals finally. I've talked about it for like 3 weeks. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Y'all, that ending was crazy. Finally got Rupert and Taggy to kiss. And not Cameron freaking killed the evil man. Girl, I need him to have like his downfall in front of public, and you killed him.
No, because Kennedy, that last episode, I'm not even gonna lie, the Taggy and Rupert like little confession was the only thing that was playing in my mind. So honestly, I completely forgot that the evil man, I keep on forgetting his name, that he's literally, not with us anymore. And I thought it was kind of crazy that he died though, because like he's the main villain. Like, what do you mean he's like dead, But the Taggy and Rupert confession, oh, it literally like I can like envision it in my head right now, you guys. Like, I can't.
No, it was so good that I literally had to go back and rewatch the last little bit again because I missed that he died. I was like, wait, let me make sure that he actually died and he just didn't get hit. So yeah, Rivals was crazy.
Especially with all them shows that love to just bring someone back from the dead. Like, I wouldn't put it past them. But no, I saw all the blood on the ground. I think he's actually dead.
Yeah, and I saw his eyes close, so I think it's safe to say rest in peace, Tony. I think that was his name. And Cameron, she low key messy. Low key, I don't think I really like her character.
No, because why is she messy? I actually think that like I feel like I don't know. I feel like Rupert's gonna keep on like playing with her, but I feel like actually gonna get more Taggy in him. Like I feel like the yearning and the tension is gonna be even more because like now they both made it like known to one another, and I can't.
And hopefully Taggy influences him to be a better man and ditch Cameron. Also, random fact, why did it take me until the episode where they were in Spain to realize that she was American? Like, I don't know. I just like didn't conceptualize that.
No, because I think I noticed it when I was like rewatching, and like I said, episode 1 when I first watched it, I wasn't really paying attention, and then they mentioned like she came from New York or whatever, and I was like, makes sense, makes sense.
And now we're gonna get into Song of the Week. Mine is TV Off by Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna play a bit for you guys. We're gonna play it in my headphones. I'm gonna play my favorite part.
And so for my song of the week, been listening to that Wicked soundtrack, and obviously I had to do a Wicked song. So mine is "What Is This Feeling," and it has Ariana and Cynthia singing in it. Is this feeling so sudden and new? I felt the moment. And yeah, that is my song of the week.
That song is actually a banker. I'm gonna have to listen to that soundtrack. And also, a listener wrote in one, and theirs was Motels by Royal Otis. Never listened to that song, but it's probably a banger if one of you said it was, so I'll have to add that to the list.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for, the most wonderful time of the year. We're gonna be talking about all things Christmas. From traditions to activities to the movies. Literally anything and everything. We are in the Christmas spirit, even though it doesn't feel like it right now because of these finals, but it is Christmas. It is the Christmas season.
Thank God. This is my favorite holiday of the year. I just love Christmas so much, and it's not just because you get presents during Christmas, okay? I just truly love the vibes of Christmas, just the coziness and the movies, the music. It's just all a great vibe.
Like, name a better holiday where you get music, you get movies, you get literally everything, and none. It's just Christmas. I'm gonna get my laptop charger really quick. Hold on.
Okay. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I'll sing for y'all while this is gone. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. What else can I sing for you guys? Oh wait, I think she's coming back. Oh wait, she back now. She saved y'all from the rest of my singing.
Thank me.
I'm weak. Oh.
Okay, so to start us off, we're gonna go into some of our Christmas traditions, like what we do, all those little holly jolly traditions that we have. Kennedy, you can take it away.
So my first holly jolly tradition is Christmas Eve. So when I was younger, we would go to Louisville and just play games, see our like extended family friends. But now that we got older, we just don't really do that as much. So, just me, my parents, and my brother, we usually just, play games, hang out. Honestly, because we be hosting Christmas at my house, we be cleaning, to be honest, and cooking. And doing last minute wrapping. But for the fun things, we just chill, eat, play games, and it's a vibe. And then Christmas Day, my family comes over and we have brunch and we eat and then we open gifts afterwards. And it's always my favorite part because there's like 50 million of us in that house. So the Christmas tree is just filled with presents underneath for everyone and it's a vibe. Oh, and also, I don't know how everyone else's parents do it, but for mine, we have like our stocking is on the ground because it's like hung up, and then on Christmas Day, they're on the ground, and then there might be like a gift or two unwrapped with our stocking, and then we open like the wrapped gifts that are under the tree later. And then later in the day, like my dad's family will leave, but then my granny will stay, and then we have dinner and just chill out. And so Christmas is pretty chill, just eating, being with people, and enjoying our gifts and being with each other. And then, yeah, I'm in a sports family, so they watch sports. I don't watch sports because I don't like sports. Like I don't like football, basketball, da da da. So yeah, but I'm usually just on my phone watching TikTok or YouTube.
So, for me, being part of like a Mexican household, Christmas Eve is Christmas, Christmas Eve is when we're all together as a family and we do all of our stuff. So typically we always like do Christmas Eve with at my mom's family's house. So it's either like my aunt or my cousin's house will host or our house. If it's at our house, then like all my dad's family comes too. And I think the past few years it's actually been at our house and it is gonna be this year at our house too. I personally love it when it's at our house because like Kennedy said, like all the presents are under the tree. Like everybody's coming over to your house, minus the cleaning and like last minute errands going to Kroger to get stuff. It really is like, I don't know, it's just like good vibes all around. So typically we'll go to church because Jesus is the reason for the season. But we go to church before dinner and then we come back and then we all like everybody will bring stuff over for dinner. We'll we normally so like if it's at our house and there's like my dad's family too, we'd be like putting tables like in the living room too, so we can all fit and everything, and it's just such a good time. And then everybody like dresses up. So like in Mexican households, I feel like you dress up, like you look nice, so it's just like a really good time all around. And then after like we eat, we'll all play games and stuff, either like board games. Sometimes we'll do like a like dirty Santa or like secret Santa type of thing. So we'll do that kind of stuff. And then we'll open up presents on Christmas Eve. We open up like presents that like other people got us and everything. If it's at our house, we always open up like just everything. But if it's at someone else's house, we'll leave like our presents, like immediate family stuff, and open them the next day. So then Christmas Day, sometimes we'll open up some presents. Really just depends. In the past, we used to get together typically with my dad's family on Christmas Day. But the like past few years, we've actually been going on like family vacation, just like my parents and my siblings and I. And I think it's been like 4 years now. So we leave Christmas Day and we're gone like Christmas Day to New Year's Day and do a little family vacation type thing. So Christmas Eve is basically Christmas for us.
Honestly, going on a trip for Christmas sounds amazing, especially if you're like us and from a cold place and you go somewhere warm.
Honestly, yes, Kennedy. The like first 3 years we went somewhere in Florida, and not gonna lie, like the beach water was still kind of chilly, but like the weather it's like warm and everything. So that was always a lot of fun. That last year, where did we go last year? Last year we went to Tennessee, so it was kind of like regular cold, but yeah, it is a good time.
And next, we're going to get into our favorite holiday activities. So honestly, I feel like I don't have much for real because I feel like most of December I'm just Christmas shopping, to be honest. I'm trying to figure out like what I'm getting for Christmas. Oh, I always like to put up the tree. I usually do that by myself because I'm a control freak. And so I put up the tree and all the decorations in the house, and it's really fun. I put on my Christmas music. It's a whole vibe. And then I will after that like put on a Christmas movie and just really make it all festive. Might even cook some cookies. Oh wait, I forgot to say. Oh wait, I guess this could be a tradition as well, but even though we're grown, we still bake cookies for Santa, but not really, because Santa's not real. Sorry to tell you. Um, we just cook it for ourselves Christmas Eve, but that's a good activity as well. And then honestly, all I do is look at like Christmas lights throughout my neighborhood or other neighborhoods if we just happen to be driving through them, and just like looking at any Christmas themed setups at like a place or anything like that.
Yeah, I just thought of another tradition while Kenny brought up the cookie thing. But we also like at my house, putting the star on the tree. It's always one of me or my siblings put it, and every year it's like someone different. So we go like in birth order. So it's like me, my sister, and then my brother, and then like it just continues. So then I think this year, my brother says claims it's his turn, but I'm pretty sure it's the photo evidence. I did it last year, so it's actually my sister's turn this year. But that's just another little tradition that we have. But some of my favorite holiday activities is putting up Christmas decorations. I love putting up Christmas decorations so much. It just like really makes it feel like Christmas at home. Typically my mom, she doesn't like putting up the Christmas decorations until after Thanksgiving. But this year we put them up on Thanksgiving Day since like me and my sister weren't going to be here because we had like finals and stuff. And let's face it, my brother wasn't going to do much helping, you know? So we put up the Christmas decorations. So like the trees, just like putting up the stockings, just the lights on the Christmas tree. I love that. So that's like one of my favorite holiday activities. Just like I feel like being at home watching a movie in the living room and then like the Christmas tree is lit up and like just like the cozy vibes. It's so good. I love it so much. And then another like activity that I like, Christmas lights. I do be judging the houses that don't be putting up any Christmas lights sometimes, not gonna lie, I do be judging a little bit. But like my neighborhood, it's a bunch of old people there, so like I understand, they're elderly, they're not gonna get up on a ladder to go on their roof. And like literally in my neighborhood, it's just me and like our neighbors that put up Christmas lights. But I think more people should put up Christmas lights. It's just fun thing.
Oh, that's sad. That's only two houses. It's very much like spread out in my neighborhood, but I will say I live in a cul-de-sac, and there's a neighbor like across from us who goes all out for Halloween and Christmas with their front yard. And when I tell you, like every inch of grass is covered with like an inflatable, lights, everything, and they have it up, and it looks so cool, and I really enjoy it.
No, because Kennedy, expect a text from me in our group chat saying, picking y'all up, gonna go look at Christmas lights, and we can drive around looking at them. Something about just like a little warm drink, Christmas music in the background. Yeah. Okay, hangout plan for the listeners who are listening.
Yup, and don't let us get a warm drink from Starbucks or something.
And we couldn't do this episode without talking about the Christmas movies, of course. So, some of my Christmas movies that I love to watch, the Santa Claus movies, the ones on Disney, I can't think of that actor's name, but he's like the same Santa in all of them. Yeah, those movies, they were very good movies. There's like the Jack Frost one. Oh my gosh, Jack Frost would have been a hear me out character, I feel like. Um, Kennedy's reaction. Yeah. So I love the Santa Claus movies, the Home Alone movies, good classics. And hear me out, Harry Potter 2. I feel like those movies can be Christmas movies too. Specifically, like I think it's Azkaban, the Prisoner of Azkaban, when they do like, they get their little Christmas sweaters that Ron's mom knits, and like Hogsmeade, when it's like all snowy and everything. Harry Potter can be a Christmas movie.
I agree. I feel like they are good for the fall and winter. And yes, I'm hearing you about frost. No.
Something about just like them blue little spiky hair or something.
Yeah, yeah, I'm listening. Mine, okay, controversial. My number one all-time favorite Christmas movie, The Polar Express. I am making my future kids watch that movie Christmas Eve because I watch it every Christmas Eve and leading up to before that. Like I will never get sick of The Polar Express. That hot chocolate song, yep, I'm gonna eat it up every time. It is so good. I love that movie. And then next, I love the Santa Claus movies. Just a classic, a classic. And then next, the Santa Paws movie. I know this is my inner child coming out, but those movies are so good, especially the first one. Yeah, with the little girl, and then Madison Paytas is in it as well. And then The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is another controversial one. Is it a Halloween movie? Is it a Christmas movie? I feel like it's both, but I would say more Christmas. I don't know. Like I watch it more during Christmas than I do Halloween.
That Santa Claus thing just reminded me of like the Snow Buddies movies. Yeah, those are so good. And then I have to disagree with what's it called? Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't really like that movie, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, hot take. I don't like that movie.
All opinions are welcome here, I guess. Everyone shun her.
Okay, and then going hand in hand with the Christmas movies, the Christmas music. It's not Christmas without the Christmas music, and there's so many good options out there, but my number one Christmas music is the Baby It's Cold Outside. I love that song so much. The little like back and forth, the little storyline. Although I will say, I got like a TikTok a couple years ago about like the real meaning of that song and how it's like really creepy, and he's like basically like not letting her leave, and she's trying to get out of there. I'm going to just act like I never heard that and continue thinking of the cute little banter that they got going back and forth. I love Baby It's Cold Out song. I love the Baby It's Cold Outside song. It is my number one Christmas song. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that one is a very good song. Love that one as well. Mine is Carol of the Bells, specifically the Pentatonics version. Something about that song is gonna hit every time. Like that is my number one all-time favorite Christmas song. I'm like looking through my Christmas playlist. It's called Ho Ho Ho. If you wanted to know how that rhymes, and I'm like, wow. I haven't listened to my Christmas playlist yet, surprisingly, but it is just a second. Don't kill me. And I'm for sure gonna listen to this tonight when I'm taking a shower. And I'm like remembering all these fire songs I have, and also that one song. What is it? There's another song that I really like as well. Hold on, y'all. Oh, "Wonderful Christmas Time" by Paul McCartney. That is also a banger as well.
Yeah, I agree. All these like older, like Paul McCartney, I don't know, all the older people's Christmas music, they will forever be listened to. Like they're just so good. Something about the vocals, and then Pentatonics, I love them in the Christmas time. And I don't know, this is kind of like off topic, but like not. I feel like Christmas, living somewhere where it does get cold, it just like hits even more. Like I can't imagine having Christmas in like Hawaii. I feel like it's just not, you're missing like the cozy feeling, that Christmas gives you. And then it's cold outside, just that coziness all around. Very grateful for living somewhere where it does get cold in the winter time.
Yeah, sometimes I think about like Australians, how it's so weird that like it's our winter, but it's their summer. So they're like, yeah, it's summer, Christmas time. I'm like, bruh, I could not imagine summer and Christmas being in the same sentence. Like that should be
No,
illegal.
because I got a TikTok the other day about that and how they like be grilling out on Christmas Day. And I'm like, what? No, absolutely not.
No, literally. And this is like off topic, but on topic of like cities and Christmas and blah blah blah. I need to be in New York City during Christmas time once in my life. Like I need to be there immediately, especially because of like that like food place in like Bryant Park or something. I don't even know. Whatever it is, I be getting those TikToks. That food looks so good.
No, because like I know people say that like for New Year's, like it's better watching it at home and everything. I need to be there Christmas time, and then New Year's, I need to experience it at least one time in my life just to say I was in New York for that.
Me and you both. And then our last little segment for this wonderful Christmas episode, we're going to give you a little sneak peek into our Christmas wish list. More so just to, I guess, give you guys like an idea if you're thinking of like what to get other people, or if you're just curious on what we're asking for, or if you need some inspiration for your own Christmas list.
Let me pull up my Christmas list for you guys. We actually just sent this like in our little family group chat the other day. But So this year I'm asking for some over-the-ear headphones. I put specifically like the Bose ones. Just some good noise canceling over-the-ear headphones. I feel like they double up as ear warmers too when it's cold. And I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast yet, but next semester I'm gonna be studying abroad. So I feel like those are just come in handy like when I'm traveling, like the plane, train rides, that kind of thing. So that's on my list. And then I also have just like going along with the study abroad, anything travel related, just anything at all, some travel journals, jewelry holder, like anything that will come in handy on my little travels. And then another thing that I put on my list is gold earrings. I really want to get more piercings on my ear. I have my singles, but I want to get some like doubles and like other stuff. And I love the look of like multiple little like huggy earrings, not like hoops, but like that hug your ear and come down a little bit. I love that look so much. And I have so many like little saved pins on Pinterest of piercings and everything. So I just want to add to my collection. So I asked for some gold earrings because I'm a gold girly at heart. So those are like three things on my Christmas list.
I'm weak because I saw your repost about the earrings.
No, because I'm manifesting. I want my doubles, like some like stuff up here, I just feel like it elevates the look and it looks so cool. Like, I can't wait. Y'all won't see me coming. You won't recognize me.
Yeah, I think that look would really suit you. And then for my top three things, so first I'm asking for a McLaren half zip from Abercrombie, y'all. So a lot of like brands have started to, collab, and they have like a really cute, very simple McLaren half zip that I'm like, wow, I would love that. And then some red and blue Adidas Gazelles. They are so cute. I have the blue and yellow ones, and I feel like I wore them a lot, and I really like them. I feel like they really add something to an outfit, and I really love the red and blue ones. I feel like the red and blue ones are perfect for like fall, winter time, and then the blue and yellow are like perfect for like spring, summer. So just trying to get a shoe for every season. And then last is road products, y'all. I've been convinced. Like I just need road. I want to put a disclaimer. I did not want to buy Road just because Alex bought it for them. She was just the final trigger. Okay, I just want to put that out there. The real ones know that I saw it. Well, actually, no one knows this, but now you know. I first saw Road being used through Tony Bravo, I believe, on TikTok. Yep, I'd be sad for her makeup reviews. And so yeah, and I saw her, I was like, wait, like Road, cute. And then just kept seeing it everywhere, and Alex was the final push. And that is good marketing, you guys. She was the final influencer. And so I really want the like blush stick and then the lip stuff. And yeah, that's what I'm asking for.
You need to give me some inspo.
You're welcome. I'm here all week.
What can I say? I've been influenced.
The one influencer influencing another influencer. Manifesting.
And with that, that is the end of our episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you made it this far, if you did, side note, my braid looks even worse than when we started. But, anyways, it is indeed the most wonderful time of the year. And we hope you guys will stick around with us to finish out the year. Little cough, cough, hint, hint. You guys should totally tune in for our episode next week. If some streaming little music services want to cooperate with us, we will have a really fun episode next week. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.